Can someone check the YouTube to make sure that we're streaming?
YouTube over there.
Modify kick. I see the kick. Then I can start streaming on kick as well. I'm streaming off of kick as well. So please check both for me, please, and tell me if everything's good, if we're doing well, so we can continue, so we can go.
Wait, what's the channel called now? Is it Mandemics or is it THC Mandemics?
It should be Mandemics.
Mandemics. Okay. Oh yeah. It's cool. It's saying live. Seems to be working.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. I think. Okay. All right. We've got no Jordan today. Brian, I beg you, bring us in.
Yeah, that's calm.
Yeah.
I ain't got a catchy hook like that, but I'm just gonna throw it straight in. Boom! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is Mandemics, where we're giving you that Mandemified version of what the fuck is going on in the world right now, because there's a lot going on in the world. But yeah, as Quinn wanted to say before, always like to start off a little episode with a little bit of what's your week been, little recap, see how everyone's day's been going. Like,
Calm. Wait, actually, who wants to go first?
Go. You
just
can
for
go.
context as well, we are
Okay,
now
cool.
at the very last day of Q1 of 2026.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah. So remember I said like how I was getting made redundant, yeah? And then my workplace, long story short, they right until the buzzer, right until I think 1 p.m. they gave me a new job. So yeah, so I'm starting next Tuesday. So yeah. Because like up until today, I had like an interview yesterday, yeah, and I was like, but like basically it's been like a dragged out kind of process, and it's been like, am I gonna get a job and I'm not gonna get a job, and there's gonna be a gap in my employment. The job market's looking a bit tight in my sector. A lot of people getting cut, etc., etc. So yeah, so it'll be good. I'll be managing a small team, doing progression, coaching, and yeah. So it'll be see how it goes. Yeah.
That's not too bad. Little deadline day signing, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
What? So what? You didn't get to enjoy your redundancy?
I mean, I've only been there for a year and a half yet, so like the redundancy would have been pitched anyway. But yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I would have happily just had some other job. I mean, the thing is, they did long it out. To be fair, like they could have, me and my colleagues, we were kind of saying, yeah, like if it was up to us, like they told us in like mid-January, like if it was me and I wanted to keep people, I would have like been like, all right, cool. Or I lent on certain people, I'm like, listen. See, unless they're like really incompetent, or unless like they literally can't do the job, just give them the job in it. You know what I mean? But because if all of us had all just like cut, then they would have lost out on like our team basically. And the reason why we got made redundant was because of like council cuts. Yeah, I won't say what council, but like actually fuck them, Lambeth cuts. So yeah, fuck Lambeth. Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck Lambeth, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
got a whole bunch of parking tickets there as well. That's the only reason I'm saying fuck Lambeth. That's the only reason I'm saying fuck Lambeth.
Yeah. But yeah, how's everyone else's week been?
Yeah. Okay. Mine's not been. It's been alright. You know. Still alive. We're still out here. I can't lie. I've bust case this week. I've made some couple great escapes, and I'm here to tell the tale.
A couple great escapes, bro. It's Tuesday, bro. What do you mean?
What? What?
Uh,
Great as what? As in running with the law, or just
no,
great
no, 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 no,
escaping?
no, 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 not with the law,
Nah,
but
you
you
don't have
know,
to, I'm not saying to snitch on yourself yet, but
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm just, yeah, no, it's not with the law, just you know, little employer situations. I'll put it like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
see what
nah,
you're
but
saying, yeah.
we still here and
Bob
we
and
move.
weave, bro. Bob
Yeah,
and weave. Bob and
Yeah,
weave.
yeah, I see what
I still got it. I still got it. I still got it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Mm.
How about you, bro?
Yeah, no, it's the same old. I mean, where was I? I was up in Manchester this weekend
Manny.
to see Manny, to see fucking Thundercat who's performing. I ain't gonna lie, I do like Thundercat,
Yeah.
but the concert wasn't it, man. Like
No.
I think it was more to do on the because I must have been there with Adrian, and he just went into whole like sound engineering mode,
Okay.
and I was
Okay.
just like, oh, do you know what? I hear it. At first I heard it, and then I was like, actually, like I really hear it now.
Yeah.
Like the bass wasn't there, and there was a couple like there was only one speaker at the front. Anyway, Adrian gave a whole like fucking A to Z critique of it, but it was still good vibes. I can't lie. A whole bunch of people up in Manny are good vibes. I think last time I went there was probably like it feels like it must have been about 10 years ago. It was
Okay.
definitely before like COVID and everything. It was just a different place, man. Like it seems a bit more chill. It was still lit,
Yeah.
more lit than London, but it was more chill than what it was before. Like before, it was nuts. Like I was telling these guys, oh yo man, Friday night everyone is gonna be fucked. You're not even gonna be able to ask somebody for their time, but it's not like that anymore.
Okay.
It's calm.
I've heard a couple stories from people who've travelled to Manchester recently, and they had the same assessment. They like the last time they went, it was a bit mad, but this time now they've gone. It's been a good vibe, you know. Just not too much.
Yeah.
It's just been a good standard vibe.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's not even this. It's not even like a like because obviously 10 years ago we're talking like uni age, that kind of age. It wasn't
Yeah.
even just that we'll go into different kinds of like events, bars, venues, but like even on the road, even on the streets, like it just seemed a bit more calm. Like last time I was there, it was like okay, to put it in perspective, last time I was there was like the advent of maybe getting free Wi-Fi at McDonald's. Like you didn't
Oh,
used to
okay.
like Wi-Fi. Like people were still running out of Wi-Fi. Do you get me? People were still running out of data on a regular. Like,
Yeah.
Oh.
like, same thing. I'm like, bro, what do you mean it's Tuesday? What do you mean out of data? It's what it is, bro. So very different time. I say very different time, like 10, 15 years ago. But literally last time I was there, everyone was licked, either drunk, high, otherwise both. I don't know, but unable to comprehend a conversation, let alone give any sense of help or direction. But yeah, it was chill. I would go again.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Like shout out to Manny. Shout out to Manny.
Yeah.
Actually,
I'll be back.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, you know what's funny? See, yeah, because I think it was like 2014. I went with who did I go with? No, because I think Fardik was at uni at that point. Yeah, so yeah, so basically we went with a few of them lot. Yeah, and like I remember like it was because obviously Part Life is like a day festival, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I lost these guys in like the first hour. Yeah, and like we had a meeting place to meet up. But these guys here, I don't think they've really gone festivals before. When you have like a meeting place, it's like as soon as you lose someone, you have to go to that place. These man here was like, oh no, at the end of the night, we'll go back to that meeting place. And see what you just said there, Brian, about flipping Wi-Fi. I had no Wi-Fi. And my phone back then had shit battery, yeah? So you know what I had to do? I had to go all the way back to his halls. I had to go all the way back to his halls. God knows how I got back here. But yeah, that was long. Didn't even have access. I don't even know how I got back. I think I had to keep asking different people on the road, how do I get back to the city? How do I get back? Because like I didn't have access to Google Maps. Or like even if I did, yeah, it was like limited. Like basically, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I see what you mean. But that the short amount of time I was at Park Life, people were doing the madness like what you're saying. So that is true. I think people have like
Oh, but
chilled
that's
out a
park
bit
life.
nowadays.
Definitely,
Yeah,
people are probably still doing the madness in park life today. I mean, it's not 100%
maybe.
today, but like this year, people are still probably doing the madness. But yeah. I did meet some people who were like, they'd gone uni in Leeds. Yeah, they'd gone uni in Leeds, graduated, and then they were like, oh yeah, Leeds is not what it used to be. And apparently, Leeds used to be like the place to
Off
go out, like the
or
nightlife
off the
in Leeds.
chain.
Yeah, like even better than Manny. People from Manchester would go to Leeds. Like for me, I was in Loughborough. That's Midlands. Like, Leeds was out the way. It was
Yeah,
out the way. I went York one time, but Leeds was out the way.
yeah.
But
Mm.
yeah, even people there were saying, oh, it's kind of falling off. So I don't know, kind of what's been happening in the sort of nightlife scene in North England and stuff like that. But everyone's saying it's not as mad as it used to be.
Wait, hold
Thankfully in
on.
London as well.
I think I've got a theory for this year, right? So you know how like the drinks are peak in London. What were the drinks saying up there? How expensive were they? If you, I mean, obviously it's like 10 years different and stuff, yeah. But like the point is, like
Yeah.
when you were up there,
I mean, you could feel it was cheaper, but it wasn't mad. It wasn't cheaper to the point where you're like, I'm buying twice as many drinks, kind of thing. But yeah, it was like a couple quid cheaper. Like your
but
mixers might be about £6, double, which ain't too bad.
see. But I think that's what it is. I think relatively speaking, I think maybe like 10 years ago, out there it might have been half the price. Let's say if it's half of the price, yeah,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Maybe that would explain why people were getting turned up before, and now they're going, "Ooh, we need to watch my wallet and stuff." Yeah, because like even like I go out in certain places in like South, like Clapham or these sort of places here, and I remember people used to be dumb. Like people used to be doing all like it used to be fights. And nowadays if I go out, I'm like, oh, everyone's kind of behaving themselves. No one's being. Yeah, I think it's maybe just the price thing. I don't know.
yeah. The price
Yeah,
of booze has brought down violence.
yeah,
I
yeah.
hear you.
Who would have known?
And who would
Yeah.
have thought about that?
Yeah.
Shit. But all right, cool. So yeah, like I said before, end of Q1 2026. We are now 31st of March. Shit, we started off the year with so much promise. Where the fuck are we now? How the fuck have we got to this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Actually,
let's I guess talk about it a bit.
Actually, that's great that you started on that part. I want to eat some humble pie. Remember a few weeks ago, yeah, I was all giving it that, yeah. I was like saying, yeah, like, what is it, like the Donald Trump line of like, you're gonna win so much, I'm tired of winning. When's the winning gonna kick in now? Because now this is doing it too, like he's dragging that out. It's too long now. It's too long. It's too long. Yeah. A few weeks ago, it looked like he was winning, but now I'm just like, bro, come on now. What is this?
I know.
Donald Trump is eating through more L's than fucking 2016 Big Nasty at this point. It is
Ooh.
daily.
Oh,
Like,
That is
not in the sense of like metaphorical L's. Like Big Nasty was just smoking it. Like
yeah.
in the hotel, but like Donald Trump's just taking them. He's just holding on to them. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
but yeah, no. What are you gonna say, Jay?
Where were you getting your information from? Were you confident when you heard Donald Trump speaking? That did you have the confidence? Were you like, yeah?
Oh, who me?
Yeah, you.
Me?
Yeah, you, bro.
Oh no. It wasn't about the speeches. Yeah, I didn't give a two shits about that. It was more just thinking of like I thought like because obviously you had all the big protests at the start of the year. I thought that it was a situation whereby if you kind of kicked in the door like that old kind of adage, yeah, like then like the whole rotten structure would like come crumbling down. What I didn't realize is those like tens of thousands of people that they massacred, that was probably going to be the resistance. So you like who they'd killed like a few months ago, which is why at the time when you were having these protests, it would have made sense to have been bombing at that time. You can't wait like a month later because now the people they're scared. Is you know what I mean like the internet's been cut. Basically, yeah. So it's kind of so now it's yeah. Yeah, they might have to do an invasion. They might have to do other things, etc., etc. So
It's
yeah,
looking
kind
long.
of get into that.
It's looking
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, it's looking long. It's looking
It's
long
looking
now.
long.
Yeah, because, yeah.
Like, do you know what this is? Do you know what this is? This is like, you know, like back in the day, you'd play, I don't know, whatever game, whether it's FIFA or fucking Street Fighter or whatever. You'll be playing offline, innit?
Yeah.
You'll be slapping guys up. You'll be slapping up the computer. You'll be thinking, yeah, you'll be doing some dumb shit, yeah, you'll be winning, yeah, and then you'll be like, yeah. I'm the shit. I'm the shit. Let me go online, innit? Let me go. Now I'm not saying they're getting slapped.
Oh, and then your
I'm not saying they're
KD
getting
gets
slapped.
fucked. Yeah.
But all I'm saying is you go online and you're like, swear down. This is how guys really play. This is how guys really play. And that's kind of how I feel it's been up until this point. Like there's been very few times, especially in the Middle East, that the US has come up against another military. It's always been all these little guerrilla forces and factions and this group backed by somebody else and this da 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 da. This is actually a national military they're going up against. So it's not the same. Now, on one hand, I do think they still have the prowess. If they really wanted to put their foot down, they can quote unquote get over the line in this war kind of thing. But obviously at the cost of probably irreparable international reputation at that point. But it's not necessarily that they're at any major threat. It's just they're going to look like complete idiots again when this ground invasion doesn't work, and it's just looking worse and worse and worse by the day. And it's almost like they didn't learn any of the lessons from any of the other shit they did in like fucking Cuba or Vietnam or all this other shit. These ground invasions are very difficult to do for people that have kind of lived there all the time, you know, and have a military and have strategies in place for what they're going to do if certain people attack from this direction. It's not the same as, I mean, again, they got gassed. They discombobulated my man out of Venezuela and put him in a tech fleece and said, yeah, we can do anything, bro. And yeah, it might have been mad. I wasn't there. I can't tell you what the fuck these guys did, but they were in and out really quickly. This isn't that. And
no,
I
it's
think
not,
they thought it would be that easy.
Do you know what? Yeah. It could be the case that they thought it would be this easy. I'm leaning more to the idea that whoever was in the ear of Donald Trump, i.e., Witkoff, Bush,
and Kushner.
Those they I think they knew what time it was. They knew there was money to be made. It's war, you know. War. You make money, and the decision that Donald Trump had to make was legacy. My legacy so far it's not been bad. Listen, it's not been perfect, but there's guys out here saying I'm the best president of all time. Like, you know, I can you know, I can go out like a hero, or I can push the envelope a little bit more. These guys are telling me we can go into Iraq. 2 weeks will be done. That's what. 2 weeks. That's not a long time, you know. If we can get this done in 2 weeks. Yeah,
I think they got gas. There's no way. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. And that's why you talk about negotiating, because like if you were winning, you wouldn't even start. You would negotiate.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's true, bro. You've deaded off everyone. Why do you need to negotiate then? If you didn't think you were winning, yeah.
From the time that the Iranians said no, so I can't remember what channel it was. Maybe it was CBS, one of those American news channels, and then they had one of the Iranian guys that's still left, because you know they've killed most of these guys, but they asked him. So Americans are talking about like sending people, we say boots on the ground, sending people to actually fight on the ground, and the guy was like, yeah, let them come, man. Speak for them. It's most likely a peak for them, but let them come.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, we're waiting, bro. We're waiting.
Yeah.
But again, it's a very polarizing topic, really, especially for mostly the US, because it's not like there was the ground invasion in Iraq did them really any favors as a nation. Obviously, it probably lined the pockets of a few, but for the most people, it just devastated families, caused losses and stuff like that. Even in the UK, I think over the Iraq War, we lost nearly 200 British soldiers to that. When we didn't even get the benefits from it. We were just there. Do you know what I'm saying? Just the side man there, just to hold the L on the side.
As a side note as well. Like you said, last time there was no benefit to what we did, and I believe that's the exact reason why this time, France, UK, Spain, India, everyone says, listen, we're not trying to hear this. We're taking a step back because there's no point. We don't benefit anything. You guys are gonna you're not doing it for yourself. You're probably doing it for Israel. So
Yeah.
what do we get? Do we get 10% of the oil? Do we what's in it for us? It's just dead bodies.
No, no, but do you see what Trump was saying today? Yeah, like he was cussing all these countries out. Yeah, he's like, right, that's it. Yeah, well, yeah, I will remember this. I'll remember this. Yeah, like that. And if you guys want the oil, it's your, you need to go get your oil and stuff in it. So yeah. So I feel, but it is true what you're saying. Like realistically, they know what it is. They're not, and they're not going to get any benefit. It's true. Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. You kind of only stand to lose by getting involved, and that's why you have Donald Trump at these fucking sort of aggressions going crazy and trying to fucking draw people out and be like, oh yeah, this, that. I thought the funniest one was when they tried to draw out Keir Starmer as well, because I swear, bro, like it's not even been like fucking 5 years, maybe 6 years that we had Theresa May trying to go to you guys for a deal, and you were like, move, man. Like,
Oh
like you told us
yeah,
to move,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Oh yeah, no, that was back like 2016. But yeah, that was the first time he was there. 2017.
Yeah.
Innit? Yeah. And he left
Before,
man home.
yeah,
Yeah,
20, yeah.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
shit,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
nice. That was raw.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, innit? Yeah,
But
no, because obviously he had 4 years of not being there, so he's been in our psyche for like more than a decade, but he's not obviously been in power for that long, innit?
Yeah.
yeah,
I think
it would have
that's what
been
messes up the
effectively
time
8, 9
perspective.
years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
yeah. Like Theresa May feels like time ago for us, but like, yeah, he's still, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just funny now. He's just obviously trying to gaslight people into being like, oh yeah, you should come and defend, da. And I think he's trying to get people to like spend more on their military for NATO and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, like at some point you've got to just accept that people are just not as dumb as you'd want them to be. Basically, you got to accept that people are like, fair enough. I gotta get smarter with like. If I'm really still trying to fugazi them, like I've got to at least get smarter. Like trying to gaslight them into joining a war that, you know, they know they're not gonna benefit. I could do the whole salesman pitch and try and swing it and be like, yeah, I'll give you all this, da. But then that's just more guys I got to palm off later when I ultimately and inevitably fucking swing the deal. Do you know what I mean? So I just don't think that's something he's gonna do. And I just don't think it's something that's really gonna work at this point in time to get people to join this war.
Okay, let me ask you guys, yeah. If you were in a situation where you've entered this war at the behest, or just you've had words in your ear and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, you've entered this, and now you're looking at it and you're like, oh, okay, I kind of need help. These guys didn't try to help me, and Israel, you're obviously like it's difficult. You're not gonna back out, especially if you're Donald Trump. Like you're not. You can't do that.
Nah, but you got to, bro. Even Israel said they're not backing the ground invasion. Do you know how, bro? Do you know how mad that is? Do you know how mad that is? Imagine you're at yard, yeah. You're at yard, you get a call from your boy. He's there panicking. Yo, they're jumping me. They're on me. You're thinking, rah, okay, cool. You ride out immediately, straight in the whip. Boom, you're there. 5 minutes, yeah. Guys taking blows, da. You step in, this, that.
Oh,
As you
guys
get
taking
hit,
blows.
man's like, yeah, bro, you got this, man. You got this. Man's backing off. Man's walking away. Like, yeah. Same time, man's aggravating the cause. He's still throwing shit at them, yeah, but he ain't doing nothing but pissing them off. No. Brother. I'll hand you back to these man. Like, I'll hand you back. What do you mean? No. You like that to me, that's crazy. That's crazy that you're having like guys come from across the Atlantic to join the cause, and you're like, listen, I ain't even gonna step outside, bro. It's long. You man, really, you guys got this. You guys got this. At that point, and again, if I was trying to manage international relations, I try and keep that information as you know, close or quiet as possible, because now that's like public or well-known information. It makes this war look even more stupid.
Yeah.
For the So I'm like, who the fuck is really benefiting from this? Who the fuck is really sticking their neck out for this? You know, you, Donald Trump, want the UK to stick their neck out for a war that Israel ain't even going to stick their neck out for. That doesn't make any sense, bro. That doesn't make any sense.
So you know what? So I'll give two counters to this shit. First of all, not necessarily a counter, yeah, like it's kind of. So the first point is kind of to do with public opinion as well. So like in England, yeah, right. YouGov did a poll this week, and basically it was saying like essentially 5% of the country would be in favour of backing this war actively.
5%.
Like yeah, 5%. Yeah, right. So they gave like three different options, and obviously some people said don't know or whatever, etc. But like the I can't remember the exact percentage, but like people were more leaning towards being like shooting things down defensively. Like so, if there's missiles coming down and you think it's going to hit a British target, shooting it down. Then you had another bunch of people who were kind of saying, "Oh, like if someone hits one of our bases, they should hit a missile. They should hit a missile back into Iran just to fuck up that place where it came from. But then do no more." And only like 5% are like, "Yeah, we should like back an actual war." So so the country is basically divided between should we defend a missile coming through, or like or should we like pretend that it didn't happen? So that's where Britain is, and the European countries are going to be even more so like that. So also Starmer, Macron, all these people, they're also not stupid. They realise that for the next election, if they go in and like the public is that much against it, then it's it's not So as much as Donald Trump is kind of lambasting them for that, he should know where it is. He's not stupid. Exactly, yeah. No, literally.
To jump on the bandwagon, especially just before general election.
Exactly, but to play devil's advocate, right, with regard to why Israel wouldn't send ground troops, this is similar to the Gulf War One, where Iraq, so Saddam Hussein, yeah, right, in Gulf War One, what he tried to do to mess up like the international coalition against him is he started firing missiles into Israel to try and provoke them into getting into a war with Iraq here, because that would have messed up the entire coalition.
Yeah.
But America in that war basically said to Israel, "Calm it, don't do nothing, etc., etc. We'll deal with this, because if you send troops in, the whole rest of the Arab world is going to turn against it." So if Israel was sending troops to Iran, it would destabilize that because a lot of people in the region would be super pissed off at that. And also as well, it's not like Israel hasn't been doing lots of things anyway. Israel has obviously been fighting all of the proxies of Iran all this time. So I guess they got boots on the ground in Lebanon, they got boots on the ground in Gaza, etc., etc. They don't really need to send boots on the ground in Iran, because that would just escalate unnecessarily. But I do understand the optics of it. That like,
do you get?
I do understand the optics of it. It looks mad.
But they also sent boots on the ground. They didn't need boots on the ground on Gaza. But guess how many boots touched Gaza? Bears. This isn't a matter of destabilization. This isn't a matter of how other nations around the area are going to see us. This is a matter of we do not believe we can hack this. That's it.
Probably, yeah, probably.
Like if they did, they'd send the guys in calm. If they didn't, then obviously this is where they're like, yeah, listen, US, you got this big bro. Like this is what it is. And then, yeah, listen, I was gonna go off on a. I need to find a word for when a goyim goes on a tantrum or on a tangent. There needs to be a word.
Goysplaining. Yeah, you're goysplaining. Yeah.
Goysplaining.
Yeah. We just made a new sound.
I was about to go off on one, but yeah, look, I just think if you cannot back your own cause, how and why do you expect somebody else to back your cause for you? That's my question. Unless you just think they're a mug or a goyim. I don't know. You can interchange the two, innit?
Well, the thing is, yeah, like, so obviously America's interests are like highly like tied up with this, yeah, right? And I think I think sometimes people, it's a bit like with the Vietnam War, right? Okay, who was in control during that war? Was it South Vietnam or was it America? Like, who was in control of that?
I'd say, well, this is the thing. America was in control of the aggression. However, I'd say Vietnam was very much in control of the foothold of the war. They controlled still the leverage. America had to travel all the way from fucking America, obviously, to Vietnam. So it's not like they had all their supplies just there. They were in control of when the war started, but not necessarily
Oh,
the actual war.
Oh no, no, because so with the Vietnam War, it was like the communist North versus the capitalist South and stuff. Yeah, right. So America was back in South Vietnam, like the Republic of Vietnam.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, well, my point is, like, in every other war, America backs its allies. Yeah, whether it's kind of puppet regime in these sort of places are, it will back. So,
Yeah,
like, for instance, in the Ukraine and Russian war, obviously they're back in Ukraine. Like, no, like people have tried to make the argument that Ukraine is controlled in America. But if you look at it from a different perspective of like America's interests are served by back in Ukraine. So in that same sense there, yeah, right, America wants friendly allies throughout the whole region. So if you've got a regime which for 50 years has been saying death to your country and has actively killed your service people and etc., like I get kind of the optics of it is like, oh, this war is only because of Israel, but it's the the reason why one of the reasons why America is back in Israel in the first place and back in Saudi and back in all these other places is because it wants to control the region. And if you've got a loose cannon like Iran, that country eventually is going to need to be taken out. Does that make me? Yeah. So that's a different way of perhaps looking at it, I guess.
so what? So the point you're trying to make, it, okay, let's say the point you're trying to make, if you apply that same logic to America,
Mhm.
what then happens? Because if they're sort of reining in these mavericks, if you would, isn't that just the way the whole world looks at America, kind of thing? As in,
As in terms of like rogue nations, yeah, right. And then yeah, so you're
yeah,
basically saying that America, yeah, like America looks at these countries as rogue nations, but essentially the rest of the world looks at America as a rogue nation. Yeah, sure.
basically, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Of course. Like, no one's denying that. Like, I think,
Yeah, so
yeah.
just yeah. Anyway, it just feels like a little what's the word, disingenuous, of when America's, especially now, playing the whole like moral high ground card, like, oh yeah, ruler, pioneer of freedom, all the West, da 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 da, blah blah blah, whatever
Yeah.
fucking synonym for freedom, joy, and goodness you wanna say that America
Yeah.
takes up. I just feel it's a bit disingenuous when at the same time as trying to play this guy, you're also, with the other hand, doing all this other madness and
Mm.
still have got the gall to come back and still tell other people, oh, yeah, you're doing something wrong. Because lo and behold, I guarantee if, and I know they're probably looking at what China and Taiwan, if there's any aggression from China towards Taiwan, the way that spotlight will go from the Middle East straight to China. And everyone will be like,
Yeah.
wait, look what these men are doing. Look
Yeah.
what these men are doing.
Of course.
No.
Of
You
course.
know, they,
Yeah.
they they sent someone to hack into this man's Gmail in Taiwan, da da da, and it's making breaking
Yeah.
news. You know what I mean? Like,
But
I feel,
but
yeah.
yeah, go.
I know. I was just gonna repeat the same point. I feel it's a bit disingenuous, and a lot of the world really is, I guess, a bit, yes, fed up from seeing America do all of this stuff, and to some degree, wouldn't perhaps be entirely upset if they come out of this war worse off. I've tried to put that in the best euphemism as I can.
Yeah, okay,
Uh,
yeah, no, okay, yeah. So ultimately, I mean, the thing is, depending on how they fight this war, yes, that is true. But I suppose to to answer like your kind of address like the points that you were kind of making just now, it's so you obviously so you subscribe to ground news, right? You understand therefore that each different place has its own propaganda system, etc., etc. And
Oh
so
yeah,
therefore,
yeah,
whatever lies people have to use to justify their power, that's what it is. So the soft power is just the propaganda. But as Chairman Mao said, power comes from the barrel of a gun, right? So at the end of the day, America's got the biggest guns, therefore it has power. China and Russia also have big guns, therefore they have their own kind of power and stuff, right? So ultimately, it doesn't matter how the rest of the world, like the world is not a democracy. It doesn't matter like how this place thinks of America or that place thinks of China. Or, it doesn't matter. Like,
running a gang, man. Then
yeah, yeah. No. To be fair, with Trump, no, with Trump, a lot of the facade of all this crap has kind of like fallen away, and like he is just kind of been out and out imperialist. But yeah, so at the same time, it still was that weird transition where you still kind of have to pretend like, oh, we're for democracy and stuff, but you don't really care. Like if Iran fully just crumbles to pieces and becomes another Libya, America doesn't care. If it becomes a democracy, it doesn't care. Like if it becomes a democracy and it still is if it became a democracy and it was still being a threat to American interest, they would overthrow that democracy. Like end of story. Like that's just
Oh yeah,
that's what
another regime change. Oh.
Exactly. Yeah. Another
You've
one.
seen that. The
Yeah.
regime we installed was corrupted, so we had to reinstall the same regime.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I wanted to also talk about the ongoing issue with the Strait of Hormuz.
Okay.
That's obviously
Yes.
adding
Yeah.
pressure on, especially us in the UK. Our
Boy.
bills, just about everything. I don't know what diesel was last week anymore, but I think it was 183 and rising by the minute or by the hour at this point. So what again, this is where I think someone mentioned this before, where even if we don't necessarily get our oil and gas from the Strait of Hormuz, I think we only get a fraction of our oil and gas. It's an industry-wide problem. So if there's shortages somewhere, there is price increases everywhere because it's all fucking interconnected and all this crazy supply chain. Cool. So obviously, as we've seen, it's put a lot of pressure on transport, energy, obviously primarily. Food will undoubtedly shortly follow as well. But yeah, what's
buy your
sort of
tin
initial-
goods.
Buy your tin goods, exactly.
Buy them now.
People are gonna start fucking stockpiling on pasta and toilet paper again, man. People have fuel sorted. Buy up the toilet paper, order Kleenex right now. But what's your guys' sort of take? What's your guys' outlook on it? Do you think this is just another rug pull as we saw before the last time we had the fuel crisis?
Okay, well, as far as the issues that we're having in the Strait of Hormuz, I think Donald Trump sent his 15-point plan or something to Iran, and they responded basically with their own terms, talking about how this is our ish. So based on that response, I would say that we've just entered the beginning, or like we're still in the beginning phase of whatever's going on, whatever operation or whatever violation or whatever, like there's a lot more to see. There's a lot more to come, and people should really, I don't want to say people should be afraid, but people should be very wary of the certain luxuries that they have right now, because in my opinion we have a long while to go. Donald Trump said, what did he say, 6 weeks? The guy was spinning.
I think so. Yeah.
He was absolutely spinning. It's not going to be 6 weeks.
No.
So yeah, I'd prepare, man. Get your sardines, get your mackerel. If you're fat, you don't need anything. You could just fast, and you'll be alright. But yeah, yeah, man. There's a lot for us to see in the coming months. People better get ready. I think already was it Philippines. This was a few days ago. They had a state of emergency. They were struggling with the fuel. That part of Asia is struggling. They need the oil to come that comes through the Strait of Hormuz, and the fact that it's being held up. It's a dire situation. It's really bad. Yeah.
It is dire over there. You're seeing sort of violence. You're seeing riots. All the shit that basically happens when there is a real and genuine scarcity on something that people rely so heavily on.
Yeah.
And like you said, that is only something you'd expect to sort of spread out sort of wider through the region as people's oil and gas reserves become ever more depleted. So it's been about a month and a few days, 28th of February, thereabouts, where Iran decided to close the strait. Um, and now we're starting to only see sort of a month later the lag in the sort of the real terms, because obviously um, there was a lot of ships obviously in transit at the moment it was closed. So once those ships sort of got to their destination, well, until those ships got to their destination, things were pretty much ticking as normal. We've now got to the point where ships obviously being still held up in the Gulf. Around 20,000 seafarers, they're estimating, have been held up, still in their tankers and whatever the fuck they are, in and around that area, unable to actually leave because of sort of military suppression. They have started obviously cutting deals with people. China, to name one of them, they were actually charging people up to $2 million to pass, which obviously, when you're talking about an oil tanker, that's probably worth a lot more than $2 million. So, yeah, some people had paid it, but when you factor that on top of import duties, taxes, and yada 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 yada, which you're already paying on that oil, yeah, a lot of people have decided to just leave their ships there and cross their fingers and hope the whole thing blows over. But yeah, it's a month on. There are still a lot of people just chilling out in the Gulf. I don't know, just having a great old time. But I think there were. So I'm just reading now. On Monday, there were 2 Chinese container ships operated by COSCO shipping lanes, which have successfully exited the Strait of Hormuz. So from what I can see, this wasn't under any toll booth fees or anything. So it seems now that Iran is starting to actually leverage that geopolitical position with other countries. And I don't know obviously what deal they've cracked down with China, but obviously China looked at this and said, "Hey, listen, you're fucking with the bag, bro. Like, you guys are having your war, but you're fucking with the bag." So they've obviously come to some agreement. They're allowing some ships through. Obviously, I won't expect it to be a full flow of ships.
I think what they're doing as well is to appease China. They are accepting the yuan as payment for a lot of the
oil.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. No, go on, Kwame.
No, yeah. So I saw something today actually. Yeah, like which kind of broke it down, which is that essentially this war, we're thinking about it in terms of with Iran, but actually it's to do with China in particular. But like the acronym they used was CRINC, so it's China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea. Right, so like that kind of the axis of evil, whatever you want to call it and stuff. Yeah, right. Basically, all of America's ops. Basically, if you take out Iran, a huge amount of oil that goes to China obviously comes from Iran, etc., etc. So you take that out, and then obviously the weapons and etc. Yeah, so Iran is basically the soft underbelly of that alliance. So that's essentially what this war is really about. So yeah, so essentially all of the oil things, etc., like the oil shortage, etc., that's going to hurt China far more than, like, Europe might catch a stray, all these other countries in Asia might catch a stray, Africa might catch a stray, but the ultimate thing is that it's going to hurt China where it counts. So that's kind of, yeah. And that's also as well, actually, I forgot to say, that's also why when they're talking about invasions, they're talking about invading one island in Iran called I think Karg Island, and it has 90%. Yeah, 90% of Iran's oil comes from this island. Yeah, and that I was looking at the terrain of it, and it should be depending on how heavily fortified it is. Yeah, it's got an airport, it's got some oil things, etc., etc. You could probably take it. Like with enough forces, if you took that would really choke off the Iranian regime.
Okay.
But then, in terms of the Strait of Hormuz thing, the problem is that if you were gonna do an invasion, America would have to push far enough into Iran to then stop to reduce the range of the missiles, because the important thing is the missiles that can obviously shoot these tankers down and so. I think even in Dubai today there was a Kuwaiti oil tanker that got hit just in like Dubai port and stuff, right? And so the point is that if America is able to land on the Iranian coast and push them far enough in, then it would be able to eventually like stop these missiles, and then the Strait of Hormuz could be opened. But until and unless America is able to invade and push that far in advance, Iran's always going to have that chokehold over the Strait of Hormuz, essentially. So yeah. Oh, and sorry, the final thing. I was watching a video as well where they were talking about desalination plants. A lot of the places in the Middle East are heavily dependent on either desalination or underground water storage. But the point is, if you hit these places, a big part of the drinking water in places like Saudi Arabia, UAE, etc., also gets hit. And you're talking potentially millions of people without water in places where it's like 30, 40, sometimes, that sort of temperature.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to look good, basically. Yeah, that's a whole big spiel to basically be like, shit could get actually real. Like, at the moment, we're talking like theoretical, the price of oil going up a little bit. If Iran decides to actually fuck things up properly, yeah, this could like look very nasty.
I mean,
Yeah.
100%. I think desalination plants have been hit and have been targeted on both sides. And I think, like you said, the sort of the regional context, i.e., it's fucking hot and dry, just makes it that much more worse, really, for people to sort of target this. These, in my opinion, are not military objectives. They're very much. I don't want to use the word objective, but it's just really an act of evil. You are targeting civilians rather than anything that is a direct threat to you. It's like almost saying, well, we poison the whole air with radiation because, well, the generals breathe air, don't they? So yeah, I mean, you can't kind of use this kind of logic to attack civilian and even I'd go as far as to say energy infrastructure, because like you said, there's a lot of people that rely quite heavily on that, albeit for medical care, just general shelter or otherwise, really. So I don't think these should be military objectives or targets, and when they try and flip it to make it seem as if they would, I think again it's just another case of being disingenuous to the evil that you want to commit, really.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that, like, cause Iran is like very mountainous and it has rivers and etc. It's actually not that reliant on desalination. So even if America was to take out all their desalination plants, it wouldn't affect Iran in the same way. However, if the Iranian regime feels like it's really under threat, it will kind of quote unquote go nuclear on that and basically destroy all of like the Gulf Arab states, their drinking water, essentially. So although they have hit some plants on both sides, it's a thing of, if Iran really want to focus on that and just then no, I agree. Yeah, like in an ideal sense, people wouldn't be attacking water facilities and things like that. Yeah, because that is. I think you could make an argument about oil, like hitting oil facilities, etc. I think that's long been established in war. But if you're talking about water, like, you're talking about tens of millions of people without water. That's not good. Well, I mean, I know Iran also has a water crisis, but that's complicated, and that's kind of like, that's a whole different kettle of fish, actually. Yeah, but yeah.
Okay. I mean, where do you feel, obviously coming from a UK perspective, where do you feel the UK's stance really should be? Because again, we're sort of flirting with the idea of participation with the US. We're not outrightly saying we're not going to do anything, but we're kind of just, oh yeah, you can use our bases. We might fly a few ships in, or a few jets and stuff in. You are starting to now see that increase, whether that be for Donald Trump's pressure, otherwise UK feeling that the war is slipping in one direction and then they need to help. But regardless, the UK have pledged to deploy more troops and I quote, Sky Saber weapon system to the Middle East. And that's come from, I think today or yesterday, from the Defense Secretary. So, whether you like it or not, the UK is becoming more involved in this war. To what extent do you think, if we've not passed it already, we need to be like, all right, enough's enough. We ain't. That's all you're getting. That's including letting the US use all of our kit and bases and what have you and whatnot. You know, when do you think we should draw the line?
Didn't Trump call our aircraft carriers toys?
I mean, he probably did. He probably said that. I haven't seen that as a specific quote, but I really would not put it past him.
That's a bit rude.
Yeah.
So also obviously he doesn't respect it. So you know. Anyway.
Yeah, no, but I mean, to be fair, like he's not that far off. We only have one aircraft carrier, and it doesn't like it's not basically it's
we have one aircraft carrier.
Armed forces. Our whole armed forces are not up to scratch yet. It's through many decades of undercutting, especially under the Tories. So yeah, we're not prepared for any actual conflict of any size.
That as well.
Yeah. We've not been able to independently pretty much since the Falklands, which obviously 1982. We've not been able to independently wage any sort of military campaign. And God help us if the Argentines ever did that again, because we would have no option just to yeah. So anyway, so the point is like essentially speaking. So the question you're asking, Brian, is. I would let Jermaine answer that question, because if you're asking me what I would do, I'm part of the 5% who think we should go all guns blazing. So
you're with Kemi.
I don't represent what the majority of people in this country want. So I think maybe whatever Jermaine's going to say is going to be more representative by just default.
You're with Kemi Badenoch and that lot. I don't actually have an opinion. I'll be honest with you. I think if we do decide that we're going to ante up and join in. It's because we've realized, okay, you know what? We can't defend ourselves in any situation. We can't allow. Like we need to. If America's gonna die, we need to die with America, because at any stage, at any stage, we will require some help, and we need to listen. We can't, like you said, we can't defend ourselves. We're lame ducks. There's nothing there. So we need all the help we can get. But at the same time, what can we really do? Like you say, all guns blazing. What are we gonna send our soldiers over? Listen, that to me, that's wild. Like for us to send our soldiers before Israel send their soldiers.
You're gonna take a man off UC and send him into Israel before Israel. That's crazy. It's crazy. No. I don't think the UK. I mean, we just don't have people that avidly want to join the army, let alone want to avidly fight in this war. Anyway, it's just again, we'd only be there for moral support. Even if we wanted to flex our muscles and stuff like that, yes, we can to a point. But look, let's be real. If the UK went to war with the US, it won't be a long war. If the UK went to war with even France, it still might not be a long war.
You know what?
You know what I mean, like
at the very least, we could send some. I mean, we have the SAS. We do have a very good special forces. At the very least, we could assist in that sense.
SAS or the SAS and the Royal Marines, they could probably take Karg Island, but that would be the most that we would be able to. I think like we had one of our generals, or one of our retired generals this is from quite a few years ago now, said that we would struggle to take a city of, how many people was it? Was it 100,000 or was it? I can't remember now. But basically, we wouldn't be able to really take even like a major city. We wouldn't be able to. There's nothing. Yeah, we our whole military combined would struggle probably. Yeah, probably I'm kind of throwing this out there, but we probably would struggle to hold down something like the Isle of Wight. That's kind of probably where we're at right
Damn,
now.
we've fallen off.
Obviously dependent on population and terrain, etc., etc. But like we're not, yeah.
Are people aware? Like, are the electorate, are they aware of
Yeah,
this?
yeah, yeah, and like anyone who follows anything to do with like the military and stuff. Yeah, like, I mean, people in the military. I mean, even when I was there, that was like back in 2016. Like I was working at military base. Even then, people were feeling the cuts. Like people at the base. Even then, were saying we should just pick what we need to do. Either one, we're going to fund the military, or two, pay the American protection money. That's what people at the military base I used to work at literally said. They're like, it's pointless us having this military at the moment because it can't do anything. If we just paid America, if we use half that money to just pay the Americans and say you defend us, that's where
You
we're
know
at.
what? We pay America for everything else. Why would we stop at the military?
Yeah. Yeah.
How about you? What do you think?
Yeah, what do you think, Mr. Byrne?
I think the UK intervention in this war should be directly. Well, okay. I'm going to start off by saying it should be directly proportional to what we as a country can get out of this situation. But I'm going to backdrop that with the context of we can't just be fucking around shit for no reason. Obviously, there needs to be a moral compass to this. But if there's no moral compass to it, as we've already established, and we're not getting anything out of that, as we've also already established, I just don't see what we're doing. I just don't see what we're doing. For us to, like, whether we're there or not, Donald Trump's going to little man us anyway. So it's not really going to, it doesn't really need to be a thing about, oh yeah, America's putting pressure on us. Like, at the end of the day, honestly, especially coming from someone like Donald Trump, who, like I've said before, arguably is only president because he is in the Epstein files so much. But
Ooh,
if
that's good. That's a good possible transition. Sorry, continue.
well, again, I mean, the point I'm trying to make, or at least trying to finish on, is there is no real reason that I can see, that I can foresee, or that I have seen before for the UK to be fighting in the Middle East on behalf of really anybody. Don't get me wrong. If there is a situation where there's a country being completely unjustly oppressed, you know, you can take a moral view on whether you go in or not. But as a general, I just don't think there's anything that we need to be doing there, especially not right now. The country is on its knees. This isn't the fucking Britain of the Falklands back in the 70s, or even before that, the Great Britain of the Great Wars and everything like that. Bro, we are on our knees. There are people that you know, they're not sure between Wi-Fi and a meal deal right now, or they're not sure between eating and eating and all this kind of stuff. Like, we don't need to be sending more money for a war effort that nobody really wants to be at, and we're not really getting anything out of. And the stuff that we do maybe get out of the war, we send it back in aid to certain other countries anyway. It just doesn't add up to me.
Wait, hold on, no, hold on. But long term, if we were able to do regime change in Iran, and if the oil was flowing and there's no sanctions, etc., then that would increase the supply of oil, and we would, oil prices would decrease. This is like, I'm talking long term. This is like best case scenario, long term. Everything will be
long-term best case scenario. Those are two things that just never have like become real. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The odds are too low.
The odds are too low. Do you know what I mean? You're asking for a long period of time, and you're asking for the best case scenario. So, i.e., a scenario where someone else hasn't preed the set and said, actually, let me change that. Let me have a little bit of that. Let me do this. Da 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 da. It just doesn't really happen.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? See, I've been watching other videos to do with Iran, and I think I've also underestimated it in the sense of, okay, so Iranian society, right? The majority of them are opposed to the regime, and this is true. But the problem is that in a country where you have 90 million people, what has been said by people who are from the country itself, they've said that roughly a third are against the regime, a third are pro the regime, and a third is somewhere in the middle, right? Obviously, these are very rough figures. No one's doing opinion polls on these sort of things, right? But let's say that a third of people are for the regime. That means that's 30 million people are like fanatically for this regime, etc., right? That's 30 million people. That's almost the population that Iraq was at the time when we invaded. That's almost the population of Afghanistan when we invaded. Like 30 million people is still a considerable number of people. So even if 60 million of them, if 60 million of them sit on their ass and don't do anything, if 60 million of them don't rise up, if that other, if at least that other third that's against the government, actively against the government, if they don't pick up arms and there's a civil war or something like that, there's no hope basically. Yeah. So like 30 million people who are backing this regime, this is going to be a long war basically. And I think like that's something which I miscalculated, which is that like, yeah, short of you really arming the opposition, like serious, I mean like serious arming, serious training, serious backing, etc., this is not going to get off the ground. So now I understand why there's not been an uprising so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you wanted to say anything on that, Jermaine.
Okay, so
No? Oh, okay.
no, not really. I mean, I'll just say this. I'll just say that, like you said, the population of Iran is around 90 million. You're gonna need a hell of a lot of people to fight against. Like, first of all, that the Revolutionary Guard is, as they say, that it's well entrenched within society.
Yeah.
Within the Iranian society. So that should, I think that based on and the numbers of the population, I think you can kind of get a rough picture of how well it is supported and how many people are supporters of the regime. So yeah, man. To me personally, like, unless you're gonna, like, America, to me it doesn't make sense that they thought they were gonna go in, then come out and let the Iranians do the work. Nah, bro. If you're gonna come in and start war, like, let's get it done. You know what I mean? But that's all I have to say about it.
Yeah.
Giving throwback to Vietnam. I wouldn't be surprised if it ended the same way. But I think, I think over the next couple weeks we'll see sort of how this pans out. I think for the most part, most people are, I guess, just selfishly worried about the direct impact. So, i.e., what happens out of a consequence of the Strait of Hormuz. There's obviously still, innocent lives being lost. There's a lot of violence being spread, but I think for the most part, we will see what happens, how the world responds when everyone's pockets start bleeding. So, again, I just hate the fact that we live in a world where someone else's problem becomes my problem, but like someone else's W and their winnings do not become my winnings. My problems do not become everyone else's problems. But somehow live in a society where, due to tax, my winnings also become everyone else's winnings. I don't know. It just seems like at every step of the way, I'm just, we're just getting a short stick. But yeah, I wanted to jump over very briefly again back domestically. So this BBC presenter, what's his name? Scott Mills. Is it BBC?
The DJ.
BBC.
BBC
Radio 1. Yeah.
Radio 1. He's Radio 1 DJ. Yeah.
Radio 1 DJ. Like, they need to. First of all, this is Scott Mills. I swear, what's his name was on there as well. Oh, what creepy guy?
Jimmy.
Your boy Tim Westwood.
That's it, Tim Westwood.
Oh,
what was the other guy you said?
What, Savile?
Yeah, Jimmy Savile.
Oh yeah, he was on there. Bro, they need to. Whoever's doing the recruitment, they need to stop this, bruv. They need to stop this. Like, hire someone else. Have a different interview process, because it's getting out of hand.
Do you know what?
Whatever the hell you're doing.
All I'm seeing is a continuous, like, if you go back, if you look at the Epstein sort of, it's kind of like every time. Okay, no, let me not compare it to Epstein, but it's like there's a level of, there's a long history of, like, British radio DJs that are just bad characters, and they're abusing kids. And at this point, I look at it like this is a prerequisite. Like, you need to be of that kind of character in order to get the role, because whatever.
There's too many people. There's too many people now.
We're getting to. It's crazy, man. This is wild.
Yeah. And actually, on that point about like Epstein as well, is that if you look at the chronology of it, like, so like this recent thing, the recent allegations have been, it said like 1997 to 2000. So again, like, this is historic stuff. This is like over 25 years. Like, so again, it's like people have known. Let's say he did nothing else over the last like 25 years. People still knew about this and held it secret for 25 years. And do you see what I'm saying? Like, so what else has he realistically been doing in those 25 years? Who else knows about this? Who else is involved in stuff who hasn't been named? Do you see what I'm saying, innit? So again, it's like typical BBC covering crap up. So yeah.
Man said little BBC. I was also going to draw attention to the fact that in the context of this, it was sexual allegations and/or offences against a minor child. He was 16 years old. And this happened over 10 years ago. Well, from what I can see, there is obviously the one count, but if you read and dig enough into many stories of this nature, you'll find a lot of these people are serial offenders. Often not just the one case.
Especially when they get away with it.
Especially when they get away with it. So we are digging up a metaphorical body from about 10 years ago. In the 10 years before that, what was he doing? In the 10 years since, what has he done? Again, a lot of this stuff still remains a mystery. But what's your sort of takes on it? Obviously, he's now been sacked, and there's obviously a lot of backlash that rightfully so follows things like this. But again, is it something where people need to look at the BBC and be like, look, what are you guys doing? Is it like what you said, Jay, and it's the environment that these guys get into that kind of builds and molds them into these characters again and again and again?
Even look, if we look at what's his name, Hugh Edwards, the guy, the BBC presenter. It's all these guys, all these top paid, high paid guys at the BBC are just all doing weird stuff, like weird things. Me personally, I don't watch the BBC, and like, I don't like the guys on the BBC. I think I don't really respect them. To me, it's not like it's not somewhere where I get my information. It's not that kind of.
For me, the last bastion for BBC was Match of the Day. And as soon as they got rid of Gary Lineker, I was like, no.
I'll be honest with you, I've not watched Match of the Day for about 10 years now. So
about 10 years?
Yeah, it's about 10 years. I don't watch that stuff.
It's been a couple years, but ever since they got rid of Gary Lineker.
Wait, actually, see,
I think, was it in Gaza? But anyway, Gaza.
Yeah. The guy, yeah. Well, actually, see, let's think about this. Reggie Yates, where's he gone?
Oh,
everyone who you think, this person actually a good guy, where they gone? They're nowhere.
That's a good
point.
So
and all the scumbags are up like front and center. So that indicates to me who's doing what.
Yeah, whatever happened to Trevor Nelson, bro?
Another one yet. No, I think he just retired though. I think he got a hope
back, man. I'm tired of these nonce DJs. Bring back somebody else.
Oh god.
I'm not a fan of the BBC. I think personally, especially like, why is it that they expect us to be paying what do they call it, TV license? Obviously, I don't know if TV license goes towards radio as well, but they have this.
I mean, I pay my TV license. I don't know why I'm scoffing. I pay my TV license.
No, I'm not. I
pay my TV license at 2 properties, bro. I pay my TV license at 2 properties. That's how much TV license I'm paying, bro.
And we don't even get a choice in who's running the organization. We don't get to vote on who we want to present this or present that. That's all the decisions are made internally. Like, no, I don't respect it. That's not my kind of organization. No, I don't like it.
Wait, hold on. But is it just the BBC? Yeah, because see on ITV, Who's the guy who was with Holly Willoughby? Flipping.
Oh yeah,
What's his name?
the
Yeah,
Meg,
man. You know what I'm
Schofield,
talking about, innit?
Philip Schofield. Oh yeah,
Philip
that
Yeah,
Schofield.
that
Schofield,
voice,
innit?
man. Oh my god.
That's what I'm saying, innit? Yeah. So I think it's just something about that career, innit? I don't think it's just the BBC. Like,
That's
although
a good
then
point.
again, Channel 4, we've not heard any scandals in Channel 4, which either means they got hella skeletons in the closet or things are patterned. I don't
But you
know.
know, Channel 4 is a lot more, let's say, liberal than BBC.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't know what point I'm trying to make, but yeah, it's not really the same.
Yeah, no, I think you know what it is. I think it's just like old institutions which like when these kind of things happen that people then just like they just go shh and then just
Yeah.
try I think it's like they're trying to like maintain the reputation of the organization, but
Hmm.
all you're doing is just enabling more fuckeries and stuff. I think that's what it is really. I think people like that go into those sort of fields because they think, if I get to that level, I'm gonna be untouchable. And then like they get to that level and they actually are untouchable because they've read the room. They can see like how much people glaze these institutions up in it. So yeah. Well, at least in the past, people glazed them. I don't think people ain't glazing it anymore, which are probably is probably why these people getting bagged now in it. So yeah.
I think we need to wait as well because this like kind of it's just been uncovered, so we need to kind of wait and see how the story develops because, like you said, I think there's more coming. You know,
Wait,
I don't want to talk
actually,
about gay mafia and stuff like that in it, but like, why is it always these weird all these weird donnies? Listen, no, listen. I've got a better way to stop this. As everyone's paying TV licenses,
yeah,
or most people are paying TV license, or I feel like
yeah.
there should be a vote. We should be able to vote for who we want as the like. Why is it an internal? Nah, bro. Like you give us the
But
options. Let us hear from the people who are going up, and let us decide because we're paying for it anyway. So let us. That's real. So I'm saying that people talk about democracy. Yeah. If it's not like that, then it's not democracy. I'm sorry.
that's such a no one ever said that before. That's quite unique. Yeah, if you're paying for it, yeah, like it's a public thing. That's a good point
I want
actually.
to say
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not voting for no. Let me not say that word. I'm not. But I'm not voting.
Yeah. No, no,
I'm
no,
not voting. For,
yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
I'm not voting for Scott
Yeah.
Mills. I'll put it like that.
Yeah. That one's there.
Mm.
No, but like no, but you know what? See on the counter, I was thinking about this today when I was reading it. Yeah, what if this is an Andrew Tate thing? I'm not saying it is, but what if it's an Andrew Tate thing? Yeah, what? If, how do we know about this? He got yanked out of this show. How do we know any of this is true? If they wanted to spin it on him and just, let's say he like just pissed off one person, yeah, and they were like, right, that's it, we're just gonna make this allegation. I'm throwing it in there. It's
All right.
probably real, but I'm just saying as an argument, yeah. What if all these people here were actually the good guys? What if even Jimmy Savile was actually a good guy? Not saying that definitely for
Oh
sure.
Lord,
Probably not. I'm just saying
no,
conspiracy, maybe,
no,
because that would be a whole different, yeah.
no.
How do we know, bro? How do we know? Imagine though, because is it impossible? Is it impossible? The powers that be, is it impossible that they would do that?
The problem I have with the whole with you even bringing up Jimmy Savile
I
is
don't
that
agree with this at all. By the
no, no,
way, I
no.
don't agree with this. I'm
I,
just
under,
putting it out there.
I
Yeah,
understand what you're
Double
saying.
ten
don't
Alex
kill me,
Jones
people.
conspiracy, bro.
BBC, don't
We
shoot
need
me,
three
bro. Yeah.
tinfoil hats for this one. Go on.
I just think like there's no like Jimmy Savile. He was dead when we found out. Like he died before we found out all the nonsense that he was doing in it. So how would it?
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I
actually,
mean? Like
okay,
there's
yeah.
he's gone in it. So it's just a case of
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay,
so
cool. Okay, yeah, okay. So
yeah.
he definitely did it then. But what if Scott Mills? What if he just pissed off the wrong person? What if
Mm,
they wanted a new person in it for the show, in it? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I've never vibed. Go on, Brian. I've never vibed with the guy, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say I don't know for certain. There's obviously um, methods, you know, which the media has attacked people before, and it's been sort of in this similar vein. There is obviously an element of innocent until proven guilty as well. But I mean, look, I haven't looked at all the evidence. It's again, like Jermaine said, it's just come out. As evidence mounts on and piles on, people will have a bit more clarity and be able to make a decision. But as it is right now, over the stuff I've seen, um, yeah, there were serious sexual offences against a boy under 16.
Damn. Serious sexual offences. What did they even?
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Do I want to know? Debatable
No.
as well, but I think obviously when you get thrown into that category, you are essentially fighting for your life in this current day and
Yeah.
age. Whether that was a
Mm.
character assassination or not, I don't know. But guess what? He's in the boat now, and he is having to fight the gauntlet. So
Mm.
yeah, I think we'll see how that sort of plays out. Like I said before, I think it is a bit of a shame that it's always these, you know, high profile social people, BBC presenters, DJs, and what have you, because it then just
Mm.
casts a bad shadow on everybody else. These are people that people would have looked up to, or people would have liked to see perform, or whatever you have. You know, there's going to be a sense of a disappointment that people are going to have to just go through with their favorite person or whatnot.
Mm.
So I'd hate to see more of this shit happening, but it is a trend that we're finding it harder and harder to ignore now, for one
Wait,
reason or another.
wait, hold on, hold on. I've got another layer to the conspiracy, yeah, right? What do all of these people have in common?
They're white.
Boom. And they are.
I don't know.
White, male, old, and they get paid a lot of money. What are they trying to do? The diversity hires now.
Okay.
The diversity hires, they're saving money because the names aren't as big. These people here, you've got contracts with them. You can't just fire them. So if you're trying to save money, if you're the BBC and trying to save money, and you got all these big names, but you wanna, how'd you get rid of them?
All right. Okay. I understand. Okay.
Throw a few guys under the bus. Boom. Gary Lineker as well. Why did they get him? Is he the only person who's ever said anything political on BBC?
No.
Why did they get him? What skin color is he?
He's white. Okay, but then again, I'll
That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'll look.
Would they have got Ian Wright? If Ian Wright said something, do you think that they would have got rid of Ian Wright?
Probably not.
100%,
Come on
bro.
now.
We don't know.
Come on
We don't know.
now.
We don't know. We're speculating.
Come
No,
on.
at this point, we're
Would they
speculating.
have right if they got rid of Ian Wright, bro?
I
Come
mean,
on now.
Ian Wright.
They got rid of Mr. Walker's, bruv. Come on. They threw him under the bus.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
so-
yeah. Do you think they won't throw Ian Wright? No, 100%. If Ian Wright came out with that same vim, if Ian Wright was headlining Match of the Day, one of the most watched football shows in the country, and he had those same views and he was as vocal about them and he had his own show, guaranteed, my bro, guaranteed.
No, because then you could just say, "Oh, Black Lives Matter" and stuff, yeah, and then they'll be alright there at the BBC the next day.
My friend.
Can't do that nowadays, bro.
My friend.
Come on, bro.
Listen.
It's the 2020s, bro. You can't do that.
Listen. Our guy.
It's different times we're living in, bro.
Our guy. This guy Hugh Edwards. Did he say I'm innocent? Did he say? I swear he apologized. I swear he said, "Oh, I didn't. I barely knew the kid." You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not.
Yeah,
it's not like these guys
something
are
like
professing innocence. You know, these guys are talking about, "Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I shouldn't have done." Bruv, damn man. Listen, let's wait and see what comes out in it. But I don't trust none of these guys. I've not heard anyone say, "No, I didn't do that." They're trying to set me up. No one's come out and said that.
Listen. What if there's conversations in? You don't know what's happening in the jail cell. They'll be like, "Listen, bro. You either admit this, otherwise it gets worse." Have they've not done serious time? Hugh Edwards, how much time? Go look at how much time he's actually done.
Is he even doing time?
Yeah, how much? Oh, I think he's been sentenced for, but it's like I think it's like 6. I think it's like I saw something like it was like 6 months or 2 years. Some bullshit. He's not doing real time. You know what I'm saying? He's not. Scott Mills ain't gonna do real time. None of these people are gonna do real time yet. So like, I feel if they were actually guilty of what they've been said that has been, yeah, they would have given them real time. You see what I'm saying? So, let's say conspiracy wise, this is literally just a hit. Think about it.
These guys got money.
Think about it. And who's the footballer from years ago? Yeah, with the 15-year-old, something Johnson.
Oh, Adam Johnson.
See, there we go. See, what race was he again? Would they have got Saka with that? No, come on.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Brian.
Don't
Hey, chat
bring Saka into this. Don't bring Saka into this, bro.
No, I'm joking. It probably is all fake, but I'm just putting it out there. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I hear your point, innit? And you know what? We're gonna
Yeah.
that one there. I think we're gonna we're gonna just leave it on the side because it might be that one day we come back and we discover there was a conspiracy to destroy it, but I don't see it.
Yeah, man.
I don't see it. I don't see it personally.
Fair enough. If we're wrapping up, I want to just end with one last thing real quickly. I don't know if you guys have seen Alex Jones, yeah. After this whole fucking Epstein thing, he has been having a fucking field day on Twitter because obviously everyone's like reposting all these old Alex Jones videos and stuff like that from 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, where he was saying all this stuff and it's now obviously coming to fruition. One of the videos you just dropped today or yesterday rather was, and again it's annoying because it's like a year ago I would have seen this and been like, oh, it's some bullshit, but now I'm like, I've got to do my due diligence now. I don't think it's real, but anyway, there's this thing he reposted. He made a whole show about it. The TLDR, the headline is, researchers have found the source of the Prophet Muhammad's superhuman strength. I don't know if you guys have seen or heard about this yet.
What in the God? What?
But and this is, again, I'll share the video with you. But Alex Jones says, according to holy Islamic writings, the Prophet Muhammad received a powerful injection from 30 black men that gave him the strength of 30 men.
You know what, actually, I have heard something about this. But like, whenever I've seen the thumbnail for these sort of videos, I've never clicked on it.
What the heck is this, bro?
No, I have heard of it before. Bro. I've heard of something like this before. I've not like looked into it too deep because I was like, no, it must be bullshit. But what?
I'm more worried that you've heard of it just briefly. I'm more,
nah, bro. Like,
I don't know why. I'm more concerned that you've just skimmed through it. Because for me, it was
as in like if you go on YouTube now and type in something about like Prophet Muhammad, superpowered black men or something like that, you will find like bare headlines what like, oh, that this or that, etc. Like, hold on, no, I swear I've seen some video.
Like common belief or knowledge that back then, and I don't know why this caught on, but apparently it caught on, where if a man was inseminated by another man, he inherits his strength somehow. I don't know who tested this. I don't know who saw that test and said, oh, do you know what? I need to try that for myself just to see if they were chatting shit. And then they did it and they were like, big man ting. They were spitting facts or whatever the fuck. I don't know what happened, but it spread.
Bro, it spread. No, I found it. Yeah, It's I'll put it in our chat. Yeah, and then you'll just see the headline. And this is not the headline. No. If you see the thumbnail, the reason why I didn't. It will be very obvious once you've seen the thumbnail.
Wait, this came
from why? Gonna be some bullshit,
this came from Alex Jones.
This came from Alex
Jones. No, but like, I don't know. It's from this
Alex Jones.
Hey, there is the miss on the rope. I'm sorry. Immediately, the miss on the rope.
It's called Apologetics Roadshow. Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that and I was thinking, what? And if your thumbnail is the same one that I saw, right, of the fucking bare black guys around the sofa, then yeah, bro.
Yes. No, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I didn't click on that because I was like, no, that must be bullshit. I'm not clicking on that. That looks too zesty. I don't want to know. So there we go then.
But yeah, apparently there's this scripture or it's I forgot what the passages are called.
The hadith. No, it's definitely not in the Quran. It must be in like.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hadith. Yeah, it says.
Hadith. That's it. Yeah, it's in hadith. It's in.
What?
Where apparently there was a bunch of. I don't know. I'm doing the story a disservice, honestly. If you really want to know the ins and outs behind it, Google it. Watch it. Go fucking.
Okay.
Alex Jones video.
All right. Okay. Cool.
But the long story short is, yeah, this guy just had a gangbang, and apparently it gave him strength, and apparently it did work. But apparently, before it gave him strength, he didn't feel as strong. But this is Anyway, it's all mad, honestly, and I think it just opens the door for the kind of just mad, freaky shit these people were doing back in the day. Because do you know what? Like, someone asked me the other day, as in, do you think people generally are getting like more freakier? And at the time, I was like, oh yeah, people are getting more freaky. Like the world is getting more sexualized and stuff. But then I'm hearing stuff like this, yeah, and I'm thinking, rah, like
It's
It's
been like this. It's been like this, man.
Yeah,
Go on,
bro.
go on, go on, come here.
People, this is what I'm
As the
saying, they've
Bible
been Bonnie
says,
Blueing
there's
for days,
nothing
but
new
yeah,
under
sorry,
the
bro.
sun. Yeah. No, sorry, no, what are you saying?
No, I ain't. I was just saying they've been Bonnie Blueing for a minute. Do you know what I mean? Like Lily Phillips
Yeah.
thought she was the first one, but she was maybe the first one on camera. But
Mm-hmm.
listen, there were some real players in this game from early. But you're gone.
Like, yeah, like there was a Roman empress, yeah, like so the wife of one of the emperors, and like literally she was like it was like a sport, like she used to basically Bonnie Blue and all these people here. It's just copy and paste. Like as the Bible says, there's nothing new under the sun. Everything which is being done in this society now has been done for like thousands of years. It's just been suppressed for obviously all this time, and yeah.
Yeah. But I just thought that was it gave me a little bit of a chuckle. But again, listen, I think the takeaway from this, first and foremost, is you can't believe everything you see on the internet.
Facts.
I think.
But you can park it though.
You can park it. You can do
Yeah,
your own research. You can, leave in the back of your mind. You can contextualize it with other things. But be very careful when taking things from face value, especially from the internet, especially from Clout Central, where people actually get paid to incentivize bullshit and engagement. So gotta just take it with a pinch of salt. And that's a little nugget of wisdom I leave with people. As I leave all the time, do your own critical thinking. Don't believe everything people say, because you will be taken for a mug, because they don't think you're smart enough. They think you're stupid. So do your own research and prove them wrong.
Okay, and on that note, I think we can end this stream. I think it's been a good show. It's been Mandemics,
Yes.
then Brian, Jermaine, Kwame. Thank you for those who viewed, and we'll be back. We'll be back next week.
We'll be back next week. Just remember, like, comment, subscribe, do all of that shit. I heard the YouTube's got a new hype button. I don't know where it is. I don't know how it works, but you press that button.
Exactly. Yeah. And please next week, yeah, whatever you do, don't tell us another story about this or that. Like, yeah, I'm gonna traumatize now. Like, I didn't realize them things are real, bro.
The Royal Rumble, bro. Alright, say no more, bro.
Oh, the casting couch, bro.
WrestleMania 23. No, okay.
No, I'm dead. Hey, that's crazy.
Oh, okay. Oh my
People,
god.
thank you for listening. If you stayed this long, appreciate you. We do need to get I want to get the chat back as well, man. I want to get the chat.
Yeah, the chat would be live. Yeah, especially an episode like this, we've been live. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, that's been that, people. Mandemics.